So you want to join a militia. What's going on, guys? Black Scout Survival, and today I'm going to be talking about joining a militia. This is a question that I get asked almost daily. Should I join a militia? How do I find a militia? Things like that, and what considerations you should look into. A few years back, I was a host of a TV show, and basically the premise of is I infiltrated a militia and trained them, and so I know a little bit about militias. But the biggest thing I think you need to think about is, like, what's your intent? You know, a militia, like the Second Amendment, is something that, you know, is our right and things like that. Are you looking to, you know, become friends and train with people? Are you looking to, you know, create some kind of defensive force? I think a lot of times people think about, like, you know, tyranny and then governmental control and things like that as their idea of a militia. Almost every state, I think, has something called a state guard, which is a state militia or state defense force that you can join. It's a volunteer force. You get issued a lot of gear and stuff like that, and you train things like once a month and stuff like that. Now, you don't get paid, but you know, obviously get lots of free training, and you can go, you know, help in different type of disaster events and things like that. They'll deploy the units. And I think they do get paid based on that. So I think some things they do get paid on. But you know, I think a lot of guys they're not thinking militia in that concept. They're thinking more so in a capacity of, you know, a tyrannical or, you know, government type look. Now, the State Guard is a auxiliary unit to the state's National Guard. So, like, if the National Guard deploys, the State Guard takes up as like reserves for that. So they can be attached to National Guard and things like that. It just depends on the state, and different states have different units. So that may be something you want to look into, because you'll meet people, you'll, you know, have an inside loop because you're working for the state, you know, and so you'll have a good intel. Now, when you're looking at other militias, I mean, that can be a spooky thing because, you know, a lot of them have radical ideologies, and typically all of them are filled up with federal agents. You know, there'll be 10 undercover federal agents in every one of those groups, you know, so you're always going to have the FBI looking at you. You'll be placed on lists and things like that. So I'd be very careful on joining any type of militia like that. You know, if you're looking to join something like that, I'd say to see if they have a website, see, you know, kind of what their ideologies are. And if you're looking in the what if scenario, like total apocalypse, disaster, tyranny, civil wars, things like that, are you willing to, with these basically strangers, I mean, you're going to develop a friendship with them, but are they strangers? And if you got killed, would you leave your family with these people? That's the biggest thing. Me personally, I don't think it's a good idea, you know, because a group could do something crazy and then you're attached to this group and you wind up going to jail too. So my idea is to form your own group with people you know for long times, you know, time frame. Family, friends, neighborhood. I always talk about neighborhood defense force. I've seen that in action overseas, where it's a very powerful thing because you know these people, you have your resources right there at your disposal, and it's a defensive nature. You know, if you're talking about doing anything offensively, you're really crossing a line where you're gonna either, you know, get killed or do some serious time. So it should be in a defensive in nature. Neighborhood defense force, people you know, friends, family, things like that. And, you know, you can train together, and to me it's the best system because you can protect your family. You're always with them. These people know you're living with them. They're not, you know, federal agents and those sort of things. So anyhow, guys, hope this kind of helps you out with some information. If you do join with these other groups, make sure you do a lot of research on them. Make sure you understand their ideologies, at least know some people that may have been in the group already and stuff like that, because you're getting into very, you know, muddy waters when you're joining groups of people you don't really know and what they could be doing. So anyhow, guys, as always, thanks for watching Black Scout Survival.